Let's build a machine learning model to predict the outcome of a very special game happening tomorrow. Today we're trying to predict who is more likely to win Buffalo Bills versus New England Patriots with a computer. The computer unfortunately can't watch any highlights and say, yeah, the Patriots aren't looking so good. It needs receipts and numbers and a trail of evidence that it can learn from. So today we're building a simple supervised machine learning model called logistic regression, and it's a binary classification model. This means it will learn from past NFL games, understand what recent team performance usually leads to a win, and output a probability that it thinks the home team will win. Today we're using this dataset from Kaggle, and in its raw form the data is extremely detailed at the play-by-play level, so let's get back to this specific matchup. For our libraries today we'll need NumPy for math, Pandas for data, and a bunch of tools from scikit-learn to make our machine learning model work. And we'll use NFL RedPy to download the up-to-date NFL play-by-play and schedule datasets from Kaggle directly into Python. We start by deciding what memories our football detective, which is the machine learning model, gets to have. That's the seasons line. You're basically handing it a scrapbook of the last few years and saying, learn from all of these seasons and not just a singular one, because more data makes our results more accurate. Now in search for data, we go shopping for some raw material. 2 big bags come back from the store. Play-by-play data and schedule data. The play-by-play is a hyper-detailed diary. Every snap, every play, every little moment has its own row in the dataset. And the schedule dataset is a clean summary card. Who played who was at home, what week was it, and who actually won. Both are necessary. The play-by-play is how you measure how a team played, and the schedule is how you measure what happened. This next part, we're cleaning up our workspace. We convert the data into the form our code is comfortable with, and then we're trimming it down to only include regular season games where the play quality score exists. That score is EPA, and the most useful way to think about this is it tries to rate whether a play helped the offense move closer to scoring compared to what was expected in that situation. If a team is consistently getting positive EPA, they're creating plays that move the game in a positive direction for them. If they're consistently negative, then they're stalling out and losing leverage. So now we have our data, but staring at millions of individual plays is overwhelming, and it's not even in the shape that the model wants. Our model wants something simple, like here is Team A's performance for game X. So the model takes all the plays where the team had the ball and throws them into one bucket. And then it turns that into a few simple summaries. How good their offense was per play, and how helpful their plays were. And then it does the same thing for defense, except now it's measuring what the team allowed the opponent to do. Once you have those simple summaries, you combine them into a single snapshot per game. But there's still a missing piece, which is the truth label. Who was home, who was away, and most importantly, who won. And that's where the schedule merge comes in. So we combine the scoreboard and the schedule data into every team snapshot so the model has an answer key to learn from. At this point, the script is doing something very helpful and proving to us that it will not cheat at any time in the future. Our goal here is to predict a winner using the information that you would have had before the game kickoff. So instead of using the stats from the game itself, it builds recent form features from the games that happened right before. And that's why you see the shift and rolling window logic. It's basically like saying, for this game, pretend that you're living in the past. What did the team look like for the 5 past games leading up to right now? The reason we chose 5 here is just a stylistic choice. It's long enough that it doesn't overreact to one flunky game, but it also doesn't drag on. Early season games don't always have enough data for the last 5 games, and the script doesn't pretend otherwise, so it drops them. Luckily for us, we're in week 15 of the NFL, so that's not a problem. Then comes a really satisfying transformation, turning 2 team snapshots into a single matchup row. Because the game isn't about describing the Bills in isolation and the Patriots in isolation, it's about comparing them. So the script takes the home team's recent form and the away team's recent form and puts them side by side in one row. After that, it turns that comparison into a difference of numbers. Home team minus away team. A positive difference means the home team has been doing better recently in that category, and negative means otherwise. Now the learning task is super clean. Every row is one game. The inputs are the advantages, and the output is if the home team won. That's exactly what logistic regression likes, a neat set of numeric features and a yes or no label. The model then learns weights that could affect the winner, like when the home offense has been playing better lately, how much does that push the total win probability up? Now here's our training data. The training data is what the model is allowed to see and learn from in its training stages. And in this model, we're training on all the seasons up to 2025. On the other hand, our testing data will be kept top secret during the training stages, and we'll use it later to evaluate the model's performance on unseen data. Here we're testing on the newest 2025 season. And now we're finally building the model pipeline, which includes the standard scaler to standardize our data and the logistic regression model itself. Then we train our model on our training data and evaluate it using probability-focused metrics. Log plus measures whether your probabilities are sensible, and AUC is about making sure that winners get higher predicted probabilities than losers. Finally, we hunt down the Bills vs. Patriots games in the 2025 schedule, grab the game ID, and check if our matchup table actually has a row with enough pre-game recent form features. If it does, you feed that one row into the model and get the probability that the home team will win. And for the big reveal, the model predicts that the Buffalo Bills, which are the home team, will win with a 65% certainty. So we shall see what happens tomorrow. So let me know who you are rooting for this weekend, save this video for later, and don't forget to follow for more.